They've done that a little bit. There's water that's accumulated, time is backed up, and the center of the size of Houston is always flat. So what's the big fucking deal? What the fuck are we doing out here? I am. What in the fuck are we doing here? We'll sit out here and do a story. We'll do a story about what? As you can see, there's construction underway here. They've done that a little bit. There's water that's accumulated, time is backed up, and the center of the size of Houston is always flat. So what's the big fucking deal? What the fuck are we doing out here? I am. What in the fuck are we doing here? We'll sit out here and do a story. We'll do a story about what? As you can see, there's construction underway here. They've done that a little bit. There's water that's accumulated, time is backed up, and the center of the size of Houston is always flat. So what's the big fucking deal? What the fuck are we doing out here? I am. What in the fuck are we doing here?
Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? 1, 2, 3. I know you can. What's up, beautiful people? What is up, my people? Hopefully, y'all can hear everything loud and well. My voice, the music. I know y'all can dig my melodious voice. It's coming. It's coming. Listen, we got a couple more days for the world's most powerful console is gonna be here. I appreciate you, Lunchi. Hey, listen. I'm trying to get this channel back on track. My brother Levon in the house. What's good, my brother? Let me call out some names. Brarios, Uvuji Rich. We got Veteran Prime. What's good, my brother? Navenzor in the house. What's good, Navenzor? We got Terrence Singh, as usual, my brother. Savage in the house. Zero Steel. Verge. My brother Verge Brizzle was good. I know you excited. We got my brother Michael in the house. What's good? Jim D. What's good, my brother? Who else we got? We got Darius. What's up, Darius? El Nini in the house. What up, player? I see you. Of course, we got Lunchi. Fledgeron, my brother. Listen, it's a anonymous boss. What's good? It's a beautiful. It's a happy Halloween. How about that? I'm gonna say happy Halloween to y'all. Happy Halloween. Hopefully y'all got plenty of candy. You know what I'm saying? All that good stuff. One thing I will say. Xbox is dog shit. There, I said it. You happy? Xbox is dog shit. I said it. Listen, normally I do not monetize my content. I do not. Normally I don't do that. But I think I'm testing this Streamlabs. And if anybody can try to super chat your brother $1, you know what I'm saying? We'll put that on the PS5 Pro. I just want to see if it's gonna work. That's all. That's all. If you can't, I understand. But if y'all can even tell, if y'all can just verify that, y'all can see it on your end. I'm thinking to have some special content on the channel. I'm thinking about doing some stuff that nobody else really does. I'm thinking to start trying to podcast a little bit, like maybe on the weekends, like 30-minute to an hour segments from my vehicles. You know what I'm saying? Not saying I'm gonna be driving, but I could be, you know, in the driveway or the garage, storage, or wherever. But just different cars and stuff. Of course, I'm gonna pick up that PS5 Pro. Oh, Navenzo says it's not popping up. Oh man, it's not popping up. All right. Let me see what I can do about that. Let me see. So y'all don't see the thing. I caught myself going into the settings and setting it to be monetized, but clearly I got some more things in the back end to work out with this Streamlabs stuff. I just thought I'd give that a try, but it ain't working. It's all good. It's all gravy. It's all gravy. The show must go on. You know what I'm saying? The show must go on. Anyway, thank y'all for rocking out with me tonight. Y'all know we're going to talk some shit as we normally do. Phil Bosch, I see you, player. You know, we ain't even going to talk about Call of Duty and, you know, how it's not really reaching up to its potential as the previous one. We ain't going to talk about Xbox console being down another 29% after being down another 42%, and after being down another 30% before that, and before that, you know, it's just we ain't gonna get into that. All right, I appreciate that, Michael. I didn't know if it was gonna be there or not. I did some changes in the settings and stuff like that. I'm just trying to see. Well, I'll deal with that shit later. I'm here to give y'all the show, and we gonna rock out. We got about 34 people in here, with more people gonna be coming in. Yeah, listen. We need to have a heart-to-heart. According to Sony, they're gonna try to make this console last 10 years, and that's part of the reason they put out a PS5 Pro. is to extend the generation. Now, as y'all know, this generation kind of got off on a slow start because of COVID and because of everything else, shortage of supplies and things like that. That kind of played a big role in this generation. But even throughout that, PlayStation has still been able to average 20 million consoles sold a year. So by the end of this year, PlayStation is going to be looking at somewhere around 78, maybe 80 million consoles sold. But on top of that, they're adding a new high-end machine, the PS5 Pro, that's coming out next year. I mean, next week, rather. I think that's a good idea. I'm gonna be honest. I would not want them to move on to PS6 because we really have not, you know, got a lot of stuff that we were looking for out of this generation. I don't want them to sell me another generation before they really tap the potential of this generation. So I'm all cool with that. Right? We got a PS5 Pro for those who want a little bit more. That's going to drag it on for people who are, power hungry and want the best fidelity, want the best frames and features, ray tracing, things like that. But where does that leave Xbox? They're the only ones that don't have a console going forward. Nintendo got the Switch 2 coming out next year. We know the only reason they hadn't really talked about that because they're trying to move out away from the PS5 Pro. They want that Switch 2 they want that talk and conversation to themselves. They do not want to compete with PlayStation. They do not want to be in that, in that whole thing, have to fight for time and having people to, am I going to buy a Switch 2 or am I going to buy a PS5? They don't want that. So they're going to let PlayStation do its thing to itself. And after the PS5 Pro drops and stuff like that, I believe they're going to start out maybe in December, if not in January, with prepping the Switch 2, which is a smart move. Really a smart move. But where in the hell does that leave Xbox? What are the Xbox guys going to do? I mean, I really don't know. We've heard rumors of Xbox dudes wanting a handheld. They want a high end, basically console with PC specs on the inside, ran by Lenovo and Asus and Raw. All that goofy stuff. It's crazy. I just don't know what the Xbox community is going to do. I mean, we've seen Call of Duty running extremely well on the PS5. They're slim. More so than the Xbox Series X. Up to 50 more frames than this that's on the Series S. So imagine when the PS5 Pro drops next week. That gap is just going to keep getting wider and wider and wider. So I don't know what they're going to do. You can't have your alleged competition out there with a much powerful console with a slim version that's outdoing you, outselling you. All your games are running better on their platform. It just looks really weird. Tommy Bull, I see you, brother. Immortal Black, my brother, what's good? I'm gonna be honest. I don't know. What do they do? Those days, those glory days of the Xbox 360 is over. It's a wrap. It's to the point where these guys are really counting Call of Duty stats. They're counting that as some kind of W or something. I don't know, man. These guys are right now they're grasping at straws, and I don't know what they're gonna do. Mark Cerny and them already confirmed they're working on the PS6, so we know we're getting a PS6, right? We know we're probably going to get it around 2030 because they just came out and said that they're trying to extend this generation to 2030. And they're going to be able to do it with flying colors because they're the only high-end console out there that's consistently selling, consistently have great games, GOTY contenders and winners. They got a new console coming next week that runs 8K 60, 4K 120, 4K 60 with ray tracing and all the bells and whistles. They really thought this generation out. Big Cloud, my brother, what's good? Salute to you. Happy Halloween, brother. Happy Halloween. Hey, we need to collab soon on something, man. It's been a minute since we chopped it up and did something. But salute to you. Craig the tech guy, my brother, what's good? True Virgil Lunchi was good. Listen, don't y'all eat too much candy, man. You know what I'm saying? We don't need y'all with some rotten teeth out there. As usual, I let my kids go do all the fun stuff, and then when they come back in the house, we got dad tax. I tax them a little, 30%. I get a handful out of each one of their bags of candy, and that's dad tax. They kid tax me all the time, so I'm a dad tax them. All right, for sure, Big Cloud. For sure, brother. Liquid Data. Listen, I'm going to tell you, I'm extremely excited about the PS5 Pro. And mostly because the tech that's in it is going to be expanded next generation. It's giving us a preview of what's going to be available, multiple times next generation. And again, a lot of it is not really about power. It's about the capability of what we're going to be able to have. We all got high-end PCs. We all got all the consoles. We know what things are going to be going for. But I'm even interested in seeing what is the 5090 and the 5080, the 5000 series for the NVIDIA cards. What is that going to be capable of? Not just resolution and frames. You can no longer sell me on resolution and frames with $2,500, $2,000 graphics cards. But what new tech can they put in there that's going to be eye-pleasing to me and to you? What's going to make our games look better and all that stuff. I think that's what's going to be the sell. And I think with the PS5 Pro, they're trying to sell us with some of that stuff because a lot of things that the Pro is doing, it's going to be able to do it, better than obviously the Slim. But, new features like next generation, we may get frame generation, right? Or extended frame generation, not just the FSR 3.1 frame generation, but Sony's proprietary, whatever. Same kind of like what they're doing with the PSSR technology. It's their custom effort. So I'd like to see what Mark Cerny is working on with that. Maybe some potential pad tracing. I'm not really a big fan of pad tracing and any of that stuff. It's not really worth the performance hit to me, but, I don't know. It's just hard for us to know what the future is going to hold when it comes to this stuff. A lot of us just boot up Cyberpunk, turn everything, all the bells and whistles up, look at it and say, hey, it's a pretty picture. It looks really good. But what else is there? What else is there? What's going to push it to the next level? That's what I'm excited about. And Sony's first party, they have the talent to be able to push that and do that. So that's what I'm looking forward to. 2025 is going to be a dominating year when it comes to games. It may turn out to be the best year in gaming ever in history. If you think about the games that we have, just think about it. We got Wolverine coming up. Grand Theft Auto 6. What else we got coming up? We got Phantom Blade 0. We got Death Stranding 2. We got, y'all come help me out. All the games that's coming out next year. What else? Ghost of Yotai, right? These are things with year dates on them, not physical dates, but year dates. And it's just gonna keep getting bigger and bigger. And there's more and more I'm not thinking of, but yeah, Craig, MLB The Show, we know that, brother. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what what more they could do with MLB The Show. Like if it's Pro Enhanced, it's already 4K 60, so I don't really know what they'll do. Um, we'll see. I'm super excited, super duper excited about the Jeff Keighley show, the Game Awards. Not because I'm looking to see what game is going to win Game of the Year, it's because of those reveals. Yeah, Craig. Yeah, he said the Exodus. I'm ready for that. That's going to be another great game. Indiana Jones, Doom. Yeah, you're right, Doom. What else? What else? What else? Johnny Gaming, my brother, what's good? Listen, there's a bunch of people that have their PS5 Pros already. Shout out to Paris. Shout out to a bunch of those guys. They in the media. They have their stuff already. Digital Foundry, the Oliver guy from Digital Foundry. I'm actually glad he got one. He's a console guy, right? He's a console guy. We got I think we know Alex. Alex is a PC guy from Digital Foundry. The other guy, not not necessarily John Linneman. He does both, but I can't think of the name of that other guy. Not John Linneman, but the older guy. Monster Hunter Wild, Hell is Us, Judas, Assassin's Creed Shadows. Listen, that's a lot of games, guys. That's a lot of freaking games. Yeah, Richard Ledbetter, and I like all those guys. I like all those guys. They do a great job with what they do. Right, there are PC guys, and they do analysis and stuff like that, and so they compare the PC to the consoles and things like that. But this these guys are going to be eating good for a minute because you're going to see them comparing the Xbox Series S, X, the PlayStation 5 Slim, and the PlayStation 5 Pro. And they're going to be doing those comparisons. And my God, can you imagine them comparing the PS5 Pro to the Xbox Series S? Can you imagine? Michael, he said, why are they giving Paris a Pro? Listen, man, I think isn't Paris covered under like IGN or something like that? He does a lot of collabs and stuff like that. He's a he's a good guy. I like Paris. I don't dislike any of those guys. I like having fun in the console war stuff like I poke fun at them and stuff like that. We talk in Twitter spaces and we joke on Twitter. So it's all fun. I get it. Sometimes you got your favorites, sometimes you don't. Sometimes they're biased, sometimes they don't. But look what I do, right? I talk about the gaming and the gaming space. Y'all know I own everything. We kind of all own everything, but a lot more own PlayStation than Xbox. But their job is to be entertaining, and their job is to give us their opinion. I can't knock their opinion. If they're diehard Xbox guys and they're a little bit more partial, I mean, it doesn't really bother me. Especially because this generation, when it first started, they talked about how the Xbox Series S was going to be more powerful than the PlayStation 5 because of the CPU and stuff like that. And you see how that turned out? You see how all that stuff turned out? They said all of that stuff. So that's why sometimes you got to let people have their fun. Let them say what they want to say. And eventually when it comes back on them, then that's more content that I can have to say, ha ha, na na, boo boo. You were wrong, blah, 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 post tweets. It's all fine. The Avenger said, imagine them comparing it to a Fire Stick. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. That's a good one there. Did you find it? Probably will. They probably will, start comparing all that stuff. Mike Johnson said, but J-Dub, do you have a $700 PC? Oh, man, I ain't gonna lie. Hey, yeah, you need to kick they shins in for that. They shins should be kicked in for that. They should be beat up for that. They made them statements, not us. We didn't. Just saying. Just saying. They went out there talking that smack. And I'm like this. PlayStation hasn't lost a generation. Why would you keep betting against them? I don't understand it. Has history not taught you anything? I agree, Terrence saying. He said GTA 6 is going to take full advantage of the PS5 Pro. It absolutely will. C Fresh said, why didn't they mention card sales for Xbox? We know why. We know why. Craig said GTA will have an 8K 30 mode. Oh man. Craig. Man. I mean, I wouldn't go that far, but I ain't gonna lie. I'm on that Formula One 2024 and the GT7 in 8K 60. I'm going to record some footage, of course. Let me check. Does the iPhone 16 Pro Max, does it do 8K video? Does iPhone 16 Pro Max do 8K? Nope. But it does do 4K 120, so that's good. They don't even have any 8K capture cards that I understand. So I mean, I really want to capture that. But what I'll do is I'll record the television, my 8K TVs, playing the footage from that point of view, and then when I hit the status button, it'll tell you the resolution, which is 74 something, 70 something by whatever. Navenja said Death Stranding 2 is gonna be insane. Big facts. Big facts. Cloud Strife. Can you imagine how pissed little Timmy is gonna be Christmas morning when they accidentally get the Series S instead of the Pro? Child abuse at its finest. Oh man. I ain't gonna lie. This Christmas, man, I don't think they're gonna be able to sell any Xboxes this Christmas. They're just not. It's just a very unpopular set of consoles. It's just, for whatever reason, people do not want to buy Xboxes. I can't explain it. Das Misi in the highs. What's good, brother? Why? I mean, can people get some answers? Why? Think about it. You got Game Pass. It's the cheap. It's a great compelling argument for people who don't like buying games. Terry Henderson was good, my brother. Welcome in. So you got Game Pass. Then you got the cost of the Series S. This last holiday was $139. You can just get it dirt cheap. The Series X was $349 last holiday. Even with that, they still couldn't sell many units, and I'm kind of puzzled. I'm kind of puzzled, right? And here's the thing: everybody who likes COD and want to play COD, they already are playing COD in their respective places. I don't know. Gifted Game in the house was good. Tyler Martin was good, player. I'm being honest. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what Xbox guys are going to do for the next. I mean, this basically is 2025. What are they going to do for the next 5 years? I mean, are you going to keep playing the Series S? Is GTA 6 going to be able to come to Xbox? Because, developers, sometimes they don't want to pull games on different platforms if it's not going to be able to show their game in a proper light. Who's going to argue with Rockstar? Like they're one of the behemoths, so they got a lot of pull. I just don't know if maybe Phil and them will remove that parity clause and just allow the people that have an Xbox Series X to get it. I don't know. But you got to think, if Baldur's Gate 3 had problems getting ported to the console, if Black Myth Wukong had problems being ported to the console, you gotta know Grand Theft Auto 6 gotta be having some memory issues and all kind of stuff. It may be delayed. Gifted game. I appreciate you, brother. Yeah, you know I always mess with Paris, man. I always mess with them. All those guys, they good guys, man. They just they got they got their thing that they do, and they got a fan base to satisfy. They got opinions to give out, and I accept all of that. So we should all just do what I do. I pop my shit, have fun, joke, laugh, and don't take it too seriously. And I don't expect anybody else to do. I just like I collect receipts, you know, and whenever they're available and whenever the pipers do, I take them and use them and pop my tweets and have fun. Woohoo! And I say, yo, Jay, Sony can even make this G in more than 10 years, given the fact that they don't have a competition. You absolutely right. The fact that we're gonna be playing Doom, Indiana Jones, most likely Halo and Gears and Forza and all that other stuff, right? All those games are coming to PlayStation. So that's a lot of games that's going to be coming to one platform. You can really remove the other platform and not miss a beat, technically. Jay's way, I agree. Indiana Jones probably should have been a PSV VR 2 game. What if they have a PSVR 2 mode? We know it's going to be PS5 Pro enhanced. Heavy in the game. They already reported that the embargo will lift on the PS5 Pro on the 4th. So what's that? What's the 4th? Is that Monday? Tuesday? That's Monday. So Monday we'll be able to see the unboxings and stuff like that. Yeah. I can't wait. Like I said on Porter Rock Show, 60 frame no lag. This is the first time I was super excited about the PS5 launching, but my God, I'm so much more hyped about this PS5 Pro. I'm renovating my house. I done bought extra 8K TVs. I done did all kind of stuff, man, just for this $699 these $699 consoles. And then guess what? And then we still got the 30th anniversary systems dropping. They coming out at the end of November. So I can't wait to get that to throw in my collection. So, but I'm gonna be honest, Indiana Jones just never really. I think most gamers were expecting, like, we really want an Xbox game, right? Let's say they should have did Indiana Jones. They should have just copied the Uncharted, because Uncharted is basically based on Indiana Jones. Why didn't they just make that Xbox's versions of of Uncharted? That's what gamers really wanted. This first person stuff, I just don't know, man. I just don't know. I'm not. I'm being honest. I'm not expecting it. T. Harris, Jada, what's your thoughts on Guerrilla Games' Decima engine, upscaling the tech that Digital Foundry think rivals DLSS used on the horizon? Listen, I'm gonna be honest. At the end of the day, it's all up to the developer and their tools. If they think they have better tools than what's baked in, they're gonna use those tools. And let's face it, the Decima engine is like one of the best in the industry. Kojima was able to take the Decima engine and create a full-fledged AAA GOTY nominee, right, within 3 years. That tells you all you need to know. Look at Horizon, Burning Shores, and Forbidden West. That game to this day is still one of the best looking, if not the best looking console game ever made. To this day, I still have yet to see a better looking game. Now, I know people are going to say, oh, what about Cyberpunk and stuff on PC? Yeah, but I'm going to be honest. I still give the nod to Horizon. Just, you know, and they're two different art styles, but my God, that came from a console. You know what I'm saying? That came from a console, and that's why exclusives matter. Yes, Death Stranding 2 is still using the Decima engine. Craig said, "What about FSR 4 Xbox rumor?" Hey, you already know those guys, man. They're scrambling. They're scrambling. They're talking about Xbox has, you know, machine learning. They can do the PSSR technology. It's man, y'all can't even fucking keep y'all frames up in Call of Duty. Get out of here. 2D Rim said Hellblade 2 looks better, even though it's an on-rail game, mediocre gameplay. I'd beg to differ, but it is a Hellblade is a good-looking Unreal Engine 5 game, but I'm not really too impressed. Because like what you said, it's an on-rail walking simulator. Whereas you have games like Horizon, right? I mean, you can do full motion whatever. You can fly, you can jump, shoot arrows, you fighting big ass Dinobots. I mean, that's fucking really impressive. A black screen with one character showing facial animations is not really, you know, I don't know. I digress. Gifted Gamer said PS5 Pro is just a mid-gen refresh to keep up with the technology. That's true. Listen, I'm not saying it's the end-all be-all. I'm not saying that. But it's nice to have, and there's technology in it that's not available on the PC from the AMD side, right? So it's, you know, more advanced ray tracing, so we get better ray tracing. We got ray tracing on PS5 now, but it's going to be better. We got 60 frames in games now on the PS5, but it's going to be more stable, right? We got 4K in games on PS5, but now it's going to be, you know, higher native resolution. And that upscale technology, like they said, it's right up there with DLSS. Nobody can be mad about that. Jenna Hayes in the highs was good. What is good? Yeah, we got about 150 people in here. We're gonna get a little bit more. But what do you guys think? What do the Xbox guys do for the next 5 years? Do you think they're gonna get a handheld? Do you think they're gonna get another, you know, console sometime? I mean, we're looking at the sales numbers. We're looking at what Satya Nadella said. We're looking at all the signs of them pulling out. Pause. The truth is in the highs. Shy City Gamer was good. He said the Xbox community is cooked. Twisted Sin was good. Yeah, he said J-Dub, Twisted Sin said, yo, you see that Dragon Age runs 420p on the Series S? Listen, that series, we said that for a long time, man. That Series S is holding Xbox back. And the fact that majority of the gamers got a Series S instead of the X, that's kind of hard to overcome. Andrew Wilkins, what's good, brother? Death Stranding used a tweaked version of Decima just for that game. Kojima knows how to work on the game. Listen, man, people need to start putting respect on Kojima's name. He's never made a game less than like an 87 Metacritic. Never. In his history, 40-year history. You might not get some of his games, and some of them kind of weird, and you got to do a lot of research and a lot of mind twist stuff. But for those who get him, get what he's cooking, the guy's the GOAT. And I'm one of those guys. He's the GOAT. Death Stranding is still the top 5 in my top 5 games of all time. And that says a lot. Craig said, yeah, Unreal Engine 5, however, is also a beast. Keep in mind with Unreal Engine 5, just like Unreal Engine 4 and Unreal Engine 3, When it first come out, um, it's not optimized well, and they got it's just a lot of things going on with it. But over time, over the years, it gets more efficient and it runs better and it looks better. So it just you guys got to give that thing some time. You get some games, some Unreal Engine 5 games that it just runs horrible, and it's just give it 2 years from now, 3 years from now. That's going to be the de facto engine that most people decide to use. Andrew Wilkins said, Death Stranding beats Zelda any day. I ain't gonna lie. The best game of all time for me is Ocarina of Time. And it's not just from the nostalgia purpose. It's just from the audio, the graphics, and everything at that time. It's just there was nothing that ever just did it for me like that game. What's the first game I'm gonna play when I get the PS5 Pro? I'm gonna keep it a bean. Most likely, I'm going to boot up GT7. From there, I'm gonna probably boot up the Horizon. Check that out. I'm gonna go through all my games, check it out, see how it looks and stuff like that, and then I'm gonna get back to completing Silent Hill. I stopped playing Silent Hill once I got to Pyramid Head. I turned it off and I said, okay, good. This is a good stopping point. I'm going to stop and pick it up with my PS5 Pro. I'm going to jump back into some Space Marine, of course. Black Myth Wukong. Y'all know we gonna do our analysis. That's one thing we gonna do. We gonna do our own digital foundry. I'm a zoom in 400%. Yes, Jenna Hayes, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Now, here's the thing. So I beat Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I want to have another playthrough in it, or at least try to go back and clean up stuff to get the platinum. But the game it's just a lot of content. So it's just so many different games to play, man. It's hard for me to go and do all that stuff. I just think I'm just gonna go with the flow. Stellar Blade as well. Stellar Blade as well. Now, keep in mind, I think my number 2 game I'm gonna play will be Helldivers 2. I can't wait to see the upgrade that they did on that game. For whatever reason, they're keeping their cards to their chest. They said, yes, it's PS5 Pro enhanced, but we'll announce the enhancements at a later date. They have yet to tell us what those enhancements are. Which that was already a beautiful game, but I would just like that, with the performance mode, I would like the resolution to be higher than 1080p. Make it 1440p, upscale it to 4K. You got me. I'm good. Or give me the 4K mode, the native 4K mode that's on the PS5 already, and just make it 60 frames. Or hell, I'll be honest, make it 1440p 120 frames. Even better. Yeah, Twisted, listen, I'm really not a live service game person myself, but Helldivers 2 is my shit. It really is my shit. And the thing about it, you don't have to spend any money. You can have just as much fun with your friends, fighting robots, fighting aliens and all that shit. Then they're finna start adding other vehicles and shit in there, man. It's a perfect time to jump in. Cyberpunk Pro Patch, that could be coming. The next Stellar Blade, I wonder would that studio just make another game and then eventually go back to make a sequel to Stellar Blade? And that's fine. Sometimes it's okay to not just have a sequel right after that first game. It's okay. Like, you can take some time off, make something else, and then come back to that. That's how you get yourself good. But you don't want to become just the studio that makes Stellar Blade. You know, kind of like right now, like Naughty Dog, they were known for the studio that make Uncharted, then The Last of Us. Well, they killed off Uncharted, so now it's just The Last of Us. Until they come out with something else, they're just The Last of Us studio. Keep in mind, guys, it does not have to be native. You don't have to no longer worry about the native resolution. Just the same way on PC. You don't have to, PC guys don't worry about the native resolution because they got DLSS to give them the look that they're looking for. Matter of fact, once DLSS first came out, remember Digital Foundry said that with DLSS, a lot of games look better with DLS than it is native, than the native image. Because it gets rid of a lot of artifacts and other things that they talked about. I still got that clip. So at this point, man, we need to give up on the fucking resolution shit. I think them days over. I think more so it's about the frames. It's about, if you're into ray tracing. But I'm looking forward to that. What's next? What's the other eye candy that's going to sell us on tech next? Claymore said the people that are talking about native resolutions all of a sudden are just scared of the Pro. Talk that shit, brother. I believe you. Kiap in the highs said, I'm watching. You said PS5 Pro is coming. Big welcome to the AI upscale. Listen, man. We're going to have AI upscaling. And then I think next generation is going to be AI frame generation or potentially AI ray tracing, AI ray tracing, or we don't know. But we know is Mark Cerny is a smart son of a gun. Mike Johnson said, J-Dub, it's about Xbox and their resolution. I ain't lying. That's true. That is true. Anybody that talk about resolution, just point them to the Xbox Series S and shut them down. What else could they offer us in tech? I don't think path tracing is the future or anything. Turned it on in Alan Wake 2, turned it on in Cyberpunk stuff. It's just personally, maybe it's just a me thing. And I know a lot of tech guys, they, you can put any check there and they're like, oh my God, it's the best thing ever. But I just really don't, it didn't make no night and day difference to me. It just didn't. It wasn't worth that performance hit, put it like that. My brother Claymore says, smell-o-vision, smell technology. Let's say you're playing Forza or Formula One or Gran Turismo or something, and you smell the burnt rubber from the tires. Playing Silent Hill, you smell the death. Oh man. Jace Wade, Horizon Zero Dawn remaster looks amazing. Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, Mark Cerny has killed the world's most powerful console 2 generations in a row with lesser power. Think about that. Just think about that. I think Mark Cerny is going to do some magic on the CPU side. I'm going to be honest. It's kind of hard to say because most CPUs on the PC side, they focus on all what they call it's an all-purpose CPU, right? The CPU is focused on all kind of stuff that's not related necessarily to gaming. These consoles are custom. They only need things in there to do one job, and that's the game. So they can remove all those other additives and things that a typical desktop CPU don't need because they'll never harness, it's just a waste of space. So I think, going custom will always be better. And most games are GPU oriented. So I don't see them changing the CPU all too much. And I know a lot of people like Digital Foundry, they want to do like a PC CPU to console CPU. The problem is you can't do that because of the cost. If your CPU on your PC costs $400 or $500, your console costs $400 or $500. What makes you think they're going to spend 100% of R&D specifically just for the CPU when the majority of the games are GPU bound? I don't know. That's why I think I leave that to the experts, and we'll see. We'll see. One thing I would like them to continue to focus on, like they did this generation, and it just makes perfect sense. They said it. They said it's getting harder and harder to sell people on frames and resolution. So we got to start doing other things. That's why they ended up with the 3D audio. They started focusing on the audio experience. They started focusing on the DualSense controller, the haptic feedback and stuff like that. The things that are sensory. They call it sensory. It makes the immersion a lot better. So it's when your experience, you can be like, oh my god, y'all remember when we first opened our PS5 and we played Astrobot or Astro's Playroom? We was like, oh my god, it was like otherworldly, right? The 3D audio and all that stuff. Those are things that it makes a next generation system. On top of the ray tracing and things like that, but the stuff that you can feel, the stuff that you can touch, the stuff that you can see, that stuff really those are your senses. So they need to start doing stuff that focus more towards our senses. So a higher level haptic feedback, maybe one where developers don't have to put enough effort and time into it, right? Make it easier for the developers. But just telling you the PS6 is going to be running all your games at 120 frames in 4K, like it's a hard sell to the casual. It really is. Muck, what's good, my brother? Um, Here's a question for you guys. Are you willing, right? Let's say the next PS6 that comes out. Are you willing to pay the $700 for a PlayStation 6 to be able to get a better CPU and GPU and stuff like that? Or would you want them to scale it back and go back to the traditional $400 or $500? Because there's some cost, right? There's some cost increase for better tech. We're all sitting here excited for the PS5 Pro. That's better tech, right? But we're willing to pay for better tech. Now, just because it says PS6 doesn't mean that jump is going to be that much bigger, right? We hope it will, but there's always a cost to it, and I get it. The casuals, they get the consoles when the price dropped to $300, right? The masses, they care about money, but us hardcore, we're the ones day one with $500, buying all the accessories, buying the DualSense Edge, buying the Portal, buying all of the additives items, right? Not saying that the PS6 is going to be $700, but I'm just saying, do you see the difference? When you add a couple of extra $100, that gives you a much more powerful console. That PS5 Pro is going to be smoking the PS5 6. And we're not just talking about like all the games that's coming out on the 7th, like with all the updates, those are just patches. Those performances are just patches. But what about these developers that are making games specifically with the PS5 Pro in mind? Death Stranding 2, right? Kojima is going to use all that power from that system. So I'm talking about stuff like that. Kiop said, you console dudes need a high-end console. We got one. It's called the PS5 Pro. And it's coming next week. It can do 8K 60, my brother. Formula 1 2024. GT7. Tourist. A few more other games got covered. Do you think we get a Portal 2 with the 4K screen? Nah, I don't think the 4K screen it's a waste of pixels, being that the screen is so small. But I do think we get a Portal 2 where it'll be a more native device. I think that's a potential that's there, but that may not come into next generation. Because rumor has it is that Sony has 2 SKUs for the PS6, so that could be that handheld, or that could be that unless they have some new wireless technology that can compress it really well, and I don't know. I think 1080p is a perfect resolution for a handheld. For a 5 to 7 inch screen, don't do anything more than that. You're not gonna see it. You're lying to your eyes. The dot pitch ratio can only be so much. Other than that, it's a waste. Nate Dogg said, Ricky Brown and Mello already have them PS5 Pro pre-orders on lock. I know they do. They're over there whining about it, but they was the first ones. Xbox has no games in the high, said PS5 Pro. Listen, I'm super excited. Jace Wade said, plug and play. That's all I need. And I agree. That's why a lot of people don't go to PC. They want plug and play. They don't want to tinker. They don't want to go through all the bullshit and the hassle. They don't, if you spend all your day at work on a PC, on a laptop, hunched over, you ain't trying to come home to be hunched over. Now, there's some people are. I'm not knocking PC. I got a high-end PC and everything. I got my 4090. I'm good. My 4090 laptop as well. I'm good. But I'm still a console gamer at heart. That'll always be my preferred place to play. And I am willing to sacrifice resolution and frames to play in a comfortable manner. That's just me. So, Twisted Sin said, J-Dub, I saw Nib's recent tweet about ABK acquisition, and man, that deal is making Microsoft lose money. Stuff is going to get cut or sold. Listen, they've been laying off people every single quarter to try to make it look less worse than what it is. El Nini said, J-Dubs, why do these Xbox talk more about revenue than games? Listen, if all your games are going to a rival platform, and if your company of choice, your platform of choice only output one game so far in the year, you would find something else to talk about too. I mean, they really have nothing else to over there. Furious Legacy said GTA 6 will skip Xbox. Watch. I ain't gonna lie, man, but if you're an Xbox only gamer, things gotta be looking spooky to you when it comes to GTA 6. You're seeing all these smaller developers skipping your platform, let alone the large ones. That gotta be spooky. Gifted Gamer, they are losing money on the hardware. They are don't let them fluff and tell you they misdirect you, right? They're using ABK, right? They spent $70 billion for ABK. They're reporting the ABK money separately, right? If that company was still separate, they're counting that to shrink the loss from the Xbox side. They would have only grew 8%. They would only be at 8% without the ABK deal. So that's why they're able to say, oh yeah, we grew 68%. But that's because of ABK. That's because of Call of Duty. If you remove that out of the equation, they're damn near at zero. There's no growth. They haven't sold any hardware. People are not subscribing to the service. Those are the only two matrices you got, right? So that's why people are saying that. You can look at Microsoft fluff in the way that they say things, but at the end of the day, the only thing that matters is those hardcore dollars in the console sales. If they're losing money on the consoles, because Microsoft is the only company that don't make any money on its hardware. Sony was successful in they were successful in making a profit on the hardware within the first 6 months. Nintendo, they always make profit on their hardware. That's why, I mean, was their hardware is super cheap. It only costs $40 to make. Nate Dogg said, Mr. Boomstick triple down today. He keeps saying Xbox is buying Take Two. Listen, man, let that brother eat, man. I can't knock that man. It's coming. I knew it. I knew it. I think they're hoping and praying that they get a new console or a handheld. Here's the thing. The reason I don't think they're going to get a handheld or a console is because we heard about the PS5 Pro back in, there was rumors about the PS5 Pro back in 20, hell, we knew about the specs of the PS5 Pro back in 2022. That was 2 years ago. We knew about the specs of the PS5 Pro. We have seen no leaks, no specs, no nothing about anything Xbox hardware related. They can't just overnight come up with some consoles and say, okay, go make this. We're gonna launch this in a year. That's not how they work. You heard Sony came out and said that they've been working on the PS5 Pro before the PS5 launched. So they've been working on the PS5, they said, for 5 years. That was Sony's words. Yeah, El Nini said, Jez Corden of Windows Central said he hasn't heard anything about the specs. Why would they keep making hardware if you're not buying the hardware you got? That makes no fucking sense. There's not one, but two next generation Xbox consoles sitting on the shelf right now. Nobody's buying them. Why would they double down and make more of that? That makes no sense. Lincoln Clay in the house, my brother. Yeah, Lincoln. I bought the Lamborghini wheel, the Lamborghini Moza wheel. I can't wait for it to come in. It's supposed to be coming within the next few weeks. So I'm gonna do probably an unboxing on that and do some racing on that. Let you know how it fares. Fledgeron said Moore's Law said that they are 2 years behind at minimum compared to the PS6. And I agree. I believe him. I believe him. Man Overboard said Xbox has a new console. It's called a Fire Stick. Man. Yeah, Lincoln. Hey, I'm thinking about going to pick up my PS5 Pro from Best Buy in the Lambo and putting the passenger seat, putting the seatbelt around it and like live streaming. But I don't want to end up like your boy on what's that goddamn streamer that wrecked his McLaren and shit, bullshitting around, live streaming and end up wrecked it. Y'all know that goofy dude. Yeah, your boy not trying to be like that, man. So I don't know. I'll see. I may do it in daytime when there ain't no traffic. Yeah, Jack Doherty. Yeah, your boy not trying to be like that, man. But I thought that stuff like that would be interesting. You know, I'd just do some stuff like that. But I'm be honest, shit. I just want to, get it home, hook it up, play it, do my own Digital Foundry analysis. Oh my God, this is amazing. It's like they put a 4090 in my console. Y'all know I'm gonna go all out. Y'all know I'm a Captain Coon for that shit. To the 15,002 power. Jenna Hayes, Jada Barrett making that deal. Yeah, buddy. Listen, Digital Foundry has been going gaga over Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth PS5 Pro. Jay, I'm gonna put it like this. I'm gonna be getting mine early. I got a couple of PS5 Pros. I got 2 regular Pros, and then the 30th anniversary, and then the regular PS5 30th anniversary. Those come later. I'm gonna pick up. I got one coming from Amazon and one coming from Best Buy. I need to pick up from Best Buy. Twist is saying, good question. Where is that Where is that PS5 Pro patch for Final Fantasy 16? Yeah, I want to see what's going on with that. I don't know. Every day they're adding more and more games. Remember when Mark Cerny did his little deep dive? He said at the moment they had 50 games. Well, now I think they're up to like 112 games. Like each day, I'm seeing on Twitter there's more and more games. So I do want to try out Diablo as well. I'm going to buy the that DLC. I got Diablo, but I'm going to buy the DLC and play it on the PS5 Pro. My man's work at Best Buy. I tried to get it. They have them in stock, physically there, and I tried to go like check out, get him to go ahead and ring it up. It won't let it ring up. It won't let it ring up. It said the message on the screen was like, cannot release until this. It had the date like November the 7th. So it won't let you like check out when you try to scan it and stuff like that. It'll ring up, but it won't let you check out because that message will come up on the screen. It was worth a try. You know what I'm saying? It was worth a try. I did play the Black Ops 6 on the Xbox Series X. I think it's good from what I played so far. But I'm gonna wait for the. I ain't gonna lie, man. Y'all think it's gonna get a PS5 Pro patch? Cause they haven't said anything. I don't think. If they do, I'm gonna just pick it up on PS5 as well. Oh, you made a perfect point, Jenna Hayes. Because Square Enix just launched the Final Fantasy 16 on the PC, so they're probably gonna wait. Well, from what I hear, it doesn't take these developers like a lot of work to enhance the games. Obviously, the more time they spend enhancing it, they can really go in there and cook. Hey, don't knock it. Don't laugh at me, but I'm gonna pick up that goddamn Horizon, that Lego Horizon. Me and my son gonna be on it day one with ray tracing and everything on the PS5 Pro. I'm gonna use my son as a scapegoat, but my son wanted it. Kid. So once you get kids, man, you get to blame the kids for everything. I did not leave the toilet seat up. Woohoo's J-Dub. You and Z should have a fundraiser for Pastor Joe and buy him a. We ain't buying Pastor Joe stinking ass shit. He capped too much. We ain't getting him shit. Yeah, but Andrew Wilkins, I'm gonna tell you this, bro. You ain't like that Horizon. Like they got ray tracing. They got a lot of shit in there. And I know it's still a Lego game, but you know, from a tech standpoint, you know, we're gonna do the damn thing. And the fact that Lego approached, it's a Lego game. It's not Sony's game. It's not a Horizon game. Lego approached Sony and said that they want to partner and make a Horizon game. That was Lego did that. Sony didn't go to them and say, hey, we want to put our games. Nah, Sony didn't do that. That's another reason why it's not on Xbox. And I ain't gonna lie, it fucking makes sense. It does make sense. El Nini said, J-Dub, if GTA gets 4K 60 on the Pro, how many Xbox and PC dudes will cave to get a Pro? I ain't gonna lie to you. All them PC dudes out there capping, trying to sell you on a $700 console, they're liars, and they bought the PS5 Pro. They'll all justify it by saying, I got a channel, I got it. They'll all justify it. Or they'll get the Pro and just won't tell you it's a Pro. They're liars. They like tech just like everybody else, just like the rest of us. They're not special. I don't care. I got a fucking 4090. I still play PlayStation. He needs this. He needs in Grid's voice. J-Dub, Diablo 4 getting that. Yeah, listen. Rod Ferguson was extremely excited to announce that Diablo will be getting a PS5 Pro enhancement. Incoherent Rambler. I do not think GTA 6 will run at 60 frames on the Pro. It will. It will. It will. You know, it'll be with the piston technology and shit like that. It will. Listen, I don't know. GTA 6 is going to be a great game. It's going to be a fantastic game. But I think we're overselling it like it's fucking Cyberpunk or some shit. It's not fucking Cyberpunk. It is not going to be like the crisis of games. It's not. GTAs have never been. They've been great looking games, well optimized. So it's not gonna be that. Yeah, the Insomniac, the guy who's working on Wolverine, he went over to work on Perfect Dark, and that's normal. He wasn't the head guy. I mean, it's not like he was the lead or whatever. But you know, yeah, dudes, people do that all the time, right? That don't mean that the game is in jeopardy or anything like that. They're probably fucking wrapping up with it anyway. So the game is coming out this year, so it ain't like, oh shit, the game got delayed 5 years because one guy, like, that's not how that shit works. Listen, if they can get a big ass game like open world game like Dragon's Dogma in the most worst scene, right? The city scene with all the NPCs and all of this shit. If they can get that to run at 60, and that's the worst part, right? It's okay. Here's the thing. It's okay for that shit to dip down to 50, 55 frames. It's okay. These are console guys. These are fucking not high-end PCs. It's you didn't spend $5,000 for this shit. People act like that has to be the rock. This is the rock standard. No, you don't even say that about fucking PC. And we got games on PC where that shit fucking runs like trash. No matter what you got in there. Look at Wukong. Look at Alan Wake 2. When you turn off pad tracing and all that shit, like come on, man. Like we need to stop the cap. Let's stop holding PlayStation 5 Pro to standards that we don't hold the highest of the high-end PC on. Because we use all them excuses. Oh, but it's not native. It's not native. But then you go on your PC with your 4090 and turn DLSS on. Well, guess what? That's not native. That's not native. Same energy. $700 console, right? $699. What you expect? It's gonna run it a little bit more. It's running a little bit better. That's all anybody asking for the PS5. That it runs a little bit better. Shit, we actually kind of content with The way it's running now, it gives you a performance mode. If you for the frames, it gives you the graphics mode if you're in for the resolution and the ray tracing. Simple. We didn't have those options last generation. So this generation did way more than what they gave us last generation. And the PS5 Pro is going to give us more than what we started with this generation. And the PS6 is going to get them more. That's just how that shit goes. I don't understand this crazy way of thinking for certain people. Carlos said, Alan Wake 2 runs good on PC. I did play the whole game too. Listen, I beat Alan Wake 2 on the PS5 and the PC. But when you turn on ray trace, when you turn on pad tracing, and when you turn everything just up, that motherfucker will give your GPU a fucking workout. Your CPU will work. It just will. So you ain't all them 100 frames, 300 frames and shit motherfucker talking about. Yeah, I mean, but now keep in mind, I'm talking about 4K. I game at 4K. A lot of PC dudes still game at 1080p. They game at 1440p. That's less demanding than 4K. But the PS5, the PS5 Pro, the Xbox Series X, they're targeting 4K. They're not targeting 1440p. They're not targeting 1080p. It's just an understanding. And I know people understand it. It's just whatever messaging they're trying to get across, whatever point they're trying to make, they'll act dumb just to make their point. Cyrus is great. Said, I see GTA 6 as more of a GTA 5 with Red Dead 2 graphics fidelity. Me too. I think it's going to be a great fucking looking game. But, like, I'm just saying, it ain't like, we're acting like it's going to be just ultra demanding and it's just going to, like, it's not. It's going to be a great looking fucking game. It's going to be a showpiece. Red Dead 2 was. Red Dead 2 is still a great, good looking fucking game. SNK in the house. What's good? What's good, play, y'all? I need Wukong to be enhanced. Me too. I ain't gonna lie, me too. But I am kind of just sitting around waiting. I'm just sitting around waiting. I really want to post some footage and, upload a bunch of stuff, do some videos and kind of show you guys some things. The embargo isn't up until the 4th for the unboxing. So you can show your unboxing on Monday. And then on Tuesday, you can do your reviews if you want to. A lot of the games, I'm not sure if I know they're pro enhanced, but I don't know if the patches have went live for those games yet. Yeah, Helldivers 2. They said it's going to be pro enhanced. Every day a different game. Motor Fest. I bought that game. I got it on sale like fucking $10, $20, doing a sale a few weeks back. I bought that exclusively for the PS5 Pro because it was enhanced, and Digital Foundry did their little analysis and stuff like that. So y'all know I'm a racing guy, so it just Impatient Fire. Hey, I'll let you know when the time is right, brother. I'm not trying to be like salute to my man's what's his name, Maddie plays or whatever just happened to him. I am not trying to be like that. I will shut the fuck up and not say nothing. If anything, I'll FaceTime my friends, show them. Everybody else, now I ain't seen no pictures, no nothing. Ain't nothing finna lead back to me. Just saying. I'm just saying, like, what happened to him? I think either he let somebody use his account or he gave them some footage or whatever and told them don't tell anybody. Well, the motherfucker went out and told people and posted some stuff, and it came back, and it's just a bad situation. So I can't keep my mouth closed. I can't be like sitting back playing stuff and nobody ever know. Furious Legacy Game said, yeah, remember Drive Club? Absolutely. It was a game that was $1 late and a dollar short. Great fucking game, especially with when the DLC came out with the bikes DLC and stuff like that. Eventually, they got that game to be what it needed to be at launch, but Sony partnered with that game and wanted that game because GTA wouldn't be ready, right, for a few years. They needed a racing game. That was supposed to be their racing game. They missed deadlines. They overshot the budget and everything else, and it basically fucked up. And the review score wasn't what it needed to be. So they canned them. Yeah, Impatient Five. That's me, man. I gotta. When folks tell me to be quiet about something, bro, I ain't finna do that because why I'm gonna kill my access and why be that? Why be that type of person? You don't get nothing out of it, right? So people trust you with different things. El Nini said, "I can't wait for the custom plates." Me too. I'm surprised third party don't already have the plates. Compost Smurf said Mr. Maddie was an inside job. They probably mad he's speaking bad about Xbox now. Yeah, I really don't know much about dude, whatever, but I read about what was going on, and I was like, oh my god, that shit is just crazy, man. That's why it's okay to, if people give you early review codes or if they give you systems and stuff like that, it's okay to wait. They just, they're nice enough to give you something. And they say, can you at least, right? The bare minimum you can do, wait to this date before you share it with anybody. You should honor that. But some people can't, man. Some people are just natural born assholes, I guess. They don't deserve it. I don't know. I know you guys are excited. I'm excited. I knew PS5 Pro was going to be something when I saw all those guys trying to convince us to spend $700 on a PC. Never in my life have I ever had anybody try to hawk me a dog shit ass PC. I knew it. It's coming. Furious Legacy Gamer said, "Can we get a Jack and Daxter 4 and Unreal Engine 5 with Sony's PSSR?" Hey man, you never know. But one thing I will say about nostalgia, it rarely ever works. Rarely ever do they bring back something old and it gives you that same feeling that you had when back in the day. It just doesn't really work. Remember the game Medieval? Everybody, oh my god, they brought it back, and nobody played that shit. Nobody cared. What else we got? Naughty Dog, take notes. Uh, Hopefully Naughty Dog is working on a new Uncharted game or new some. I think that we know they're working on some other stuff, but I don't know. Eventually, Sony got a show. Eventually, they got a show. But I'm gonna be honest. It's unfortunately within the console space, since Microsoft is bowing out with the Xbox, they basically giving up competing. Sony is not in any urgent need to show their hand either. Andrew Wilkins says somebody with a PS5 Pro said that the slim plates are the right size for the Pro. They just reposition the direction of the hooks so the holes and stuff don't align. Yeah, that's typical Sony. That sounds like some shit. They want to sell you some more plates. That's a money move. Furious Legacy Gaming said, J Dub, what's your goatee? Right now, it's Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. That's where I'm putting my money. It's such a fucking awesome game. Such an amazing game. I wish I would have waited because the PS5 Pro, I mean, just the graphical fidelity, and the frames and stuff. But it's worth another playthrough. I said I would go clean up the platinum on the Pro. Followed by Helldivers 2. I was pleasantly surprised with that game. Hundreds of hours into it. Got my son into it. Play with all my friends and stuff like that. So, and I'm not really a live service type guy. Dragon Age. I'm going to be on that day one. I loved Dragon Age Inquisition, so I'll be on this one. I don't care what the motherfuckers talking about DI, all that. DI, I'll kiss my ass. A good game is a good game. I don't give a fuck if it's a he or she or her or they. None of that shit bothers me. See, when you're secure with your sexuality and who you are as a person, you can be in the belly of the beast and none of that shit matters. I'm going to create my character the way I want to create it and move on with fucking life. I played fucking Baldur's Gate 3 and I was fucking a bear in that goddamn game. It didn't bother me. Nobody cares. It's a video game, right? It's all fake. We need to stop the bullshit. Let's go back to just enjoying games and just enjoying it. Stop putting the politics into it. Stop letting grifters get out here and just making money on your fucking hobby of choice and leave you miserable, leave you politicizing your hobby of choice. Because when that happens, you're going to like gaming less and less. And then eventually you're going to leave this hobby. And we don't need that. The more the merrier. We do need to gatekeep. Monster Hunter Wild on my PS5 Pro. I'm going to be honest. That shit might be a little bit too much for the PS5 Pro, but we'll see. Either that or the PC. Either that or the PC. Damn, Dragon Age got over 300,000 people playing it right now. See, I'm tempted to get it on PC, but I know I want to play it on the PlayStation for the achievement. For my trophies. I'm definitely not a trophy hunter at all, but shit, if I'm gonna play a game, I might as well get some credit for it. Plus, you get to play with up to 3 people, so I'll get to play with my friends and stuff like that. And I think it'll be a great game to stream with some friends. So and again, back to what I was saying, to each his own. Some people, this is our gaming space. Let's not get let's not get outsiders come into our space and make us not like gaming. That's all I'll say about that. Let's not do that. We need to be united. It doesn't matter if Sweet Baby Jesus or whoever the fuck the company comes in and do it. Who cares? And it's different. And the reason it's different is because, are you seriously not going to play Ghost of Yotai because the protagonist is a woman? Seriously? We've been playing games with fucking females for fucking a millennia. What the fuck you think fucking who you saved the fucking Peach in Mario, right? The princess. You got fucking Zelda. You got Tomb Raider. You got Metroid. You got on and on and on all of these fucking characters. We've never cried about that before. Now all of a sudden they gonna get you to, oh well, you know what? Yeah, why was I playing that Tomb Raider? What was I? That's DEI. That's like, come on, man. That shit fucking stupid. It's a video game. That's why when you buy a game, they allow you to make the character of your choice. If you want it to be a dude with a vagina, that's your choice. If you want a woman with balls, that's your choice. You get to make that. Cyberpunk, you got to make whatever you want. Mix and match. You can make a bear, you can a cow, whatever the fuck. Who gives a fuck? That's options. I'm just saying, like, it just like shit is stupid. I don't feel any type of way. Not one single game ever created made me feel some type of way that made me not like gaming. I saw Bloodborne. That shit was hard as fuck. I threw the fucking disc across the room within the first 5 minutes of playing Bloodborne. But I love and beat Demon Souls. That's crazy. Johnny Gamer said these dudes are they're activists first and gamers third. I'm a gamer first. Yeah, I am, man. I listen. I don't care. I can listen. I can talk politics with anybody. My gaming is my solace, right? Like, let me enjoy my gaming. If you work all day, you come home, deal with the family and stuff, put them to sleep, take care of them, and you just want to mellow out and chill and play some gaming, it's supposed to be a relaxing thing, right? You're home away from home. It's your imagination. They tell you great stories and they let you be in another world. That's an outlet. Why you want to convolute your safe space, your outlet, with some bullshit? If having a woman in a game or a trans in a game is going to make your butthole pucker, you got bigger issues than that. That's your insecurities. I could care less. Y'all remember the hit job they tried to do on The Last of Us 2 when they thought Abby was a trans and stuff, right? When all that shit, they did a hit job on it. It's almost like sickening because they really try to fuck up your enjoyment and your excitement. So they get people riled up, right? Via politics because it's a hot button topic. They get you riled up and in your emotions to where you start turning on your family, turning on your friends, turning on the studios, turning on your favorite developer, turning on your favorite game of choice, your console. They get you riled up. They're using your emotions against you. That shit is crazy. Well, and you're kind of proving a point, Zinc, because even with all the stuff that they try to tear down these games, a lot of these games still outshine. They tried to tear down Hogwarts Legacy, right? What happened? That game ended up one of the best selling fucking games, right? They're trying to tear down this goddamn the game that we're talking about, the Dragon Age, right? That motherfucker is, I think, breaking records right now. For over 330 or damn near 350,000 people playing it just on Steam alone. So that's a good thing. That's a good thing. People are choosing games over the bullshit. I can function within bullshit. I think we just need to tune these guys out that try to bring that shit in there. Blaze, Sony, baby. Next week, brother. Next week. So I don't listen. I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm not gonna let anything steal my love and my joy for gaming. I'm gonna defend it. I know I pop my shit about Xbox and I fight with PC guys and shit for entertainment purposes only. But I own them all and I like them all. I enjoy them all. I don't want to see Xbox go anywhere. I want to see them be great again. Um, but I mean, the writing's on the wall for whatever they're gonna do. Whatever Satya and Phil and them is gonna do, they're gonna do it regardless of how much I kick scream. No matter what you say, it is what it is, right? But I think at the end of the day, we got options and choices, and you have fun wherever you play. If you play on PC, have fun there. Be the best at it. Go buy you a nice badass monitor, badass keyboard, badass GPU, CPU. Like embrace it. Like me and my brother Blaze, we spare no expenses when it comes to our gaming hobby because it's what keep us happy and sane. It keeps us mellowed out. It keeps us, it's our safe space. It's like you're at the barber shop, right? You're talking to your boys, you're playing your games, you're chilling, you're not dealing with bullshit. That's what gaming is supposed to do. That's what it's supposed to be. Monster Hunter, I can't wait for that game. Again, I'm going to get it on the Pro, but depending on how that shit is running, I may double dip and get it on PC. Listen, I think 2025 is that year. That's the year they're gonna let us know everything. They're gonna unravel their hands, let us know with all these with all their first party studios. I think that's because they have no reason not to pass that year. I told Porter Rock them at the beginning of this year, and I said, "Do you think Sony?" And I questioned this. I said, "Do you think Sony is just holding their first party games close to their chest until the PS5 Pro come out?" And it looks like I was right, because right before the PS5 Pro launch, what happened? Goddamn Ghost of Yotai was shown out. I said, "See." But I do want to see what Blue Point is working on. Apparently Guerrilla Game has another game. Guerrilla Games is making a new game. Obviously, that's not, I don't know if that's Horizon 3 or a brand new IP. But I'm gonna be honest, a lot of people saying, I want bring Killzone back. I don't think it is. But they could do it, but I just don't think so. I love Blue Point, man. I love Blue Point. They fucking just really knocked it out of the park with Demon Souls. To this day, that game is still one of the best looking games this generation. Claymore said, and I think Sony was saving the reveals for the 30th anniversary event. Absolutely. I also think Sony is going to allow Jeff Keighley to. He's going to give them a couple of games to display. He gave Kojima. Remember, he gave Kojima Death Stranding 2. Otaku Shaku said, PlayStation got to bring back the PlayStation experience. I agree, man. I miss the PlayStation experience. I got to meet Persona and all of them out there. Pretty much everybody I know, I got to meet them out there at PlayStation Experience, man. Jaleesa, Bari, all of them. I'll never forget, me and PlayStation Bro went. We met up there, and I met all day. I met so many people that I had so much fun. E3 isn't a thing anymore, so I mean, I was going to PAX South with Fame 2K and Gold Chain Game, Sincere's, all them and so we used to go to PAX South. They got rid of PAX South, so. And I'm not really, I don't really want to fly all the way to the East Coast just for a PAX event. Post up is Little Riding Son in the house. What's good, brother? Mr. Graham, listen, I agree. PlayStation Home was highly underrated, but you got to think about it. It was ahead of its time. For one, it was on PlayStation 3, so the whole broadband thing was, it's kind of, it is what it is, but I think it would do great. It would basically be Sims now, right? Or Rec Room or some shit like that. But I ain't gonna lie, man. Like, that shit would just be crazy. That's what I thought they was doing with Dreams. I thought they was building something like that to have something bigger. But I just don't know. Maybe they don't have the stomach for it anymore. We live in a new age and a new era of just weirdo stuff, hackers and everything else. I don't know. It was damn sure worth it. And back then we didn't play for online, right? And that was something that was free. I would be willing to pay for it. I mean, but you got to think about it. PlayStation Home now is kind of basically Grand Theft Auto Online. You got your home, you got your friends, you got all your shit. That's basically what fucking GTA is. Wild Wolf said, I don't know which reviews to trust for Dragon Age. Don't trust any of them, brother. I'm going to tell you what you need to do. Go and buy the game and find out for yourself. That's what I do. Because I've not really missed out, but I've found a lot of games that people told me was dog shit and garbage, and I played it. It was for me. It was the game for me. And so I don't want to miss out on games like that. So, the only time I would look at reviews if it's really like a game that I kind of never heard of and I'm unsure if I'll look at it from that standpoint. But a already made franchise like has a decent track record anyway, yeah, it's kind of a no-brainer. And it doesn't help that it's PS5 Pro enhanced. Dart said they should do the Ready Player One thing with PSVR 2. They should. Shit, that'd be dope. Well, guys, I don't want to be too long. We've been streaming here for a couple of hours already. I'm gonna let you guys go. I'm gonna be back on tomorrow. I'm gonna stream tomorrow. I'm gonna find a game to stream. I really don't want to do anything until that PS5 Pro until we able to see that. Your brother don't want to end up in the doghouse, so we'll wait till next week. Thank y'all for coming out, rocking out with me, man. Had about 200 people in here. Thank y'all for all your support, your likes. Y'all know I pop my shit on Twitter. It's all love. It's all fun for laughs and shit like that. Anyway, man, I want y'all to have a great evening. Go eat you a lot of that Halloween candy that you steal from your kids, because I'm damn sure finna go and sneak in their bags and steal some of their candy. I'm finna dad tax it. Anyway, y'all take it easy, and I will talk to y'all tomorrow. Take it easy, Muck. He said hit that like button on the way out. Absolutely. Absolutely. Peace. Couple of more days. PS5 Pro.